hello.
What time is it there? Good evening.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
Okay,
Ye-
good afternoon then.
Yes.
Welcome to this I'm a boy extra with Jello Boy, and
Yeah.
Frankie. Hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, we're having a beautiful day. You can see the weather is good. I went
Yeah,
out and I just realized, oh, I have to be on this program. So that's why I just decided to just,
yeah,
stay on the road to it so I
yeah,
don't miss the appointment because I
yeah,
want to make sure that, I keep to my appointment.
yeah. Thank you so much for coming through on the show. So
Yeah.
how's the quarantine be? How's the whole quarantine period?
Well, the quarantine period for me, it was just, it just happened. And
Okay,
as we all know, things have changed.
exactly.
If for me, I'm one person that I don't like to be caught unprepared. So I
Yeah,
kind of feel like, I'm prepared for this time, and
yeah,
we'll see how things
yeah.
continue to
Yeah.
progress.
Really good to have a schedule and all so that you can
Yes.
be yeah, it's calm. So can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you came from, how where you're from, and how you grew up, and how you found yourself doing what you're doing right now?
Okay, so my name is Joseph Nantoma, born in Port Harcourt, River State. My
Okay,
background, I'm a project manager. I
all
did
right,
project management for a long time in Nigeria. Before I moved down to the United States 5 years ago, I still
all right,
practice project management. I run several businesses here. I have international affiliates and partners. And
okay.
one of my businesses is called Mentor America that I use in mentoring people. Because
Oh yeah,
basically, life is all about, it's not just about all the money you make, it's about the legacy and the people you affect.
yeah,
So even though I have so many other businesses that I do, a lot of people know me more for my business that has to do with, motivating, inspiring people.
yeah. Exactly. I was seeing your page today, and I was just really seeing some motivational things there. If someone were to go through your page, the person will make 1 million within a week.
Well, I'm glad you say that. At the same time, some people will go there and they're not seeing that. What they're looking for is something different. So it all depends on,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
when people come to me, they say, "Oh, I hear you talk, and I'm inspired." And I always ask them, "You inspired to do what?" Because
yeah,
when you say you're inspired, you have to be inspired to do something. There has to be a corresponding action
yeah.
after you claim you have been inspired. So I'm
Exactly.
glad you're able to learn something from it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Are you planning on coming back to Nigeria anytime soon?
Well, I'm not planning on coming back soon, but if the time comes and I have to come back, I will always be there because right now, what is happening there?
Nothing's happening here. Oh. That's why
Okay, now
we need people like you to happen
I'm
here.
not looking. I'm not looking for the position of presidency. So what am I coming to do for now? Nothing for now.
It's calm. It's calm. So how did I want to know, yeah, how did the name Black Mentor get to your head? You could have chosen any other name. Why that Black
Yeah,
Mentor?
right, black mentor. So the truth of the matter is,
Mm,
I always tell people the story how I was sold the American dream.
okay.
I had the opportunity sometime in my life to run into the vice president of the United States, Mike Pence. That was like
Oh,
3 years ago.
wow.
And we were talking, and I was telling him all the things I was doing and the things I was going to do. And he said,
Okay.
"You're going to be great." But he sold me the American dream. He said, "The American dream is you come to the United States, you
Mm,
struggle, you put in the work. When you start making money, you give back, right?"
mm,
So that was when I decided to set up. That was when I decided to set up Mentor America. So Mentor America was my original company that I used. It's still my company
yeah.
that I use to train people, motivate, and whatever. So,
Yeah.
but one of the things that really helped me was I have mentors. So
Okay.
it was time for me to scale the business to another level. Because
Exactly.
basically I was just doing training with students, business owners, and so on in the United States.
Okay.
So I believe so much in mentors because mentors help you to find your path and help you to find your purpose.
Exactly.
And I was talking to one of them. So before I started, my page used to be Mentor America. Everybody was mentor. I said, no, I need like a name people can
For
recognize
you,
me with.
like, for trademark,
So
man.
I thank you, like a trademark. So I decided to do um, Mentor Joe. Well, Mentor Joe did not work. I had Mentor Joe for a long
It's
time.
not catchy.
It's
It's
not
not catchy.
catchy. Yeah. So when people come, even on Instagram, people, instead of them to call me Mentor America or Mentor
Yeah,
Joe, they'll say Mentor USA, and the name was not clinking. So,
wasn't
uh,
yeah.
a few weeks ago, like a month or 2, 3 months ago, I was talking to one of my mentor, and he was like, okay, Joe, you want to take this brand to a different level, right? I mean, you've gotten all the education you want, you've
Yeah,
gotten all the hype, everything, but you
yeah,
need something that can relate with the kind of people you want to deal with. So
exactly.
I was like, okay, what do I do? I said, mentor Joe, mentor generator. So he said, think. And you said, that's one of the things I always tell people who don't think. He said,
Oh,
think about it. Just don't talk. Think. Come up with an idea. Come up with something. So he
yeah,
asked me a very deep question. He said, what is it that is different about you? Because everybody's trying to inspire everybody, right? Everybody's
exactly.
trying to inspire somebody or whatever. But what is it about you?
That makes you stand
You
out.
that makes you stand out. So I sat down, I was thinking, what is that making me stand out? I mean, we're all teaching the same thing, we're trying to inspire everybody, we're trying to
Yeah,
make everybody great. But I said, the only thing different about me is Tony Robbins, all those
yeah,
other guys out there is I
yeah.
am black. He said that is it.
Exactly. Wow.
So
So,
I said I am black. He said that is it. You're a black mentor. And so I went
mm,
out there and
and what you
got
really,
got the name trademarked, and it just clicked.
yeah,
Everybody's like black mentor, and you know
yeah, that is really, it's
that's
really
everybody.
catchy. It's actually really
You
catchy.
really catch it. I think everybody likes that name, Black Mentor.
It is.
Yeah.
When you first started, who gave you the support? Like who was that person that actually pulled you up? There's always going to be that person that's always like there for you, trying to help you out and all that. So who's that person
Well,
you?
for me, I don't think I had anybody that really, gave me support in terms of like support.
Yeah.
I want to say, right now I'm going to sound like Linda Ikeji. I am self-made. you know, uh, you know, I,
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a
everybody has a story. Yeah, we were there struggling, hustling, Lagos,
yeah,
Ogun State, pushing it, trying to just, get things doing. You fall down, you rise, you
yeah,
just keep pushing, But one thing that, that I know about success is you just got to be consistent. You have to keep
exactly.
pushing. You have to, for your family, for your children, you just have to be there. So, I always love God. I believe struggling in God, and I just kept the hope going, and I knew if you keep doing the right thing, it's just a matter of time. Everything is going to fall in place.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much. Apart from being a mentor, you are also a businessman. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, can you share with us your first major business breakthrough?
So my breakthrough for business actually started all the way from Africa. When I think I've told the story multiple times. Back then, home, I wanted to start my company. I already started the company,
Yeah,
business name with 5,000 naira.
yeah, I know.
Before the company even came out, I already started sending business proposals to bank, and one bank took the process and paid me 800,000. And
Yeah.
that was my starting point. This was like 10, 12 years ago. My first
Okay.
deal, 800,000. I've never fully registered the company,
All right.
and I started doing that. But ever since then, I don't think everybody has one particular time, because it's all about faces. 1 million
Mm.
for somebody might be forever.
Yeah.
100 million would be another thing, and But
Exactly.
before then, I want to say that was my starting point, and that was what kept me going. But here in the
Oh, that.
United States, because I've had a couple of transactions, I can't even count. I have
Mm.
multiple businesses that I run,
Yeah.
and I have my new foundation, Prosperity for Africa.
Can you
So,
can you the businesses you do?
I have 13 businesses right now,
Okay. All right.
or 12 businesses and one foundation.
Okay.
Global Business Express is my credit building business and loan business here in the United States. Then I
Okay.
have Mentor America.
Yeah.
Mentor America is my
It's
executive
your
life coaching business.
yeah, yeah. So
I have Sapphire USA. You all know Sapphire. That's the brand I'm
yeah,
wearing.
yeah. And the sapphire.
Yeah, yes. A lot of people don't know I'm the CEO of Sapphire. I own Sapphire USA.
Whoa.
Um, yes.
It's an honor, sir.
Say that again.
I say it's an honor to meet you.
Yes, I'm actually the CEO of Sapphire USA. Wale is the president. I own the United States. It's my partner. He has somebody owned in the UK. Most people don't know that.
Okay.
Sapphire USA. What
Yeah.
else? We have Excusez-moi Studios. Excusez-moi Studios is in New York. That's my business that I partner with Alibaba. Myself and Alibaba, the great comedian. We have a studio here. We do so many things. My other company, Nantumas Capital Group, we give international funding.
Okay.
Um, we have Investors Capital LLC, which is a real estate business. I use it to buy real estate. I have Lines and
Okay.
Shelters LLC that I use in buying real estate. I have Detroit Consulting. That is my
Okay.
international consulting for people who want to invest in the United States.
Okay.
I've counted like 10 already, right? I have
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have Exodus Motors. Exodus
Yeah.
Motors is my company that I used to buy luxurious cars. Most people do not know my company is the one that bought Tonto DK's Bentley, the one you saw on Instagram that they say is
Okay.
the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
they said is Audio Moto.
Audio motor.
So yeah, so it was my
Yeah.
company that actually got that car, so it was real. And lots more. I have Prosperity for Africa, my non-profit,
Yeah.
and I have Ampa Construction. That's my
Mm.
construction business. So I mean, and so many, so different
So,
sectors, different
so
faces like that.
you mentioned Sapphire. Yeah. You being
Yep.
the CEO. How was that born? How did that come about?
So basically, Tonto DK is my very good friend and my business partner.
Okay.
And we talk all the time, and social media is a very big huge place. So she comes and she just shows all these wristwatches, crazy
Okay.
pictures.
Yes. Exactly.
So one day I called, I said, "Hey Tonto, what are all these pictures for?" she said oh she said oh she started telling me about Sapphire. So at the
Okay.
time, my goal was, I had
Okay.
people
That's
who
where you
call
got
me
the
from.
idea.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have people who just call me, bros, I need 10K, bros, I need 20,000. I keep sending them money. So my
Yeah.
goal was, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going
Yeah.
to register these people with Sapphire. It was just 30,000 to register. I say, if I register 10 of them, 300,000, that's $1,000. They're going to free me. I'm going to free them, you
Exactly.
know? So I said I was going to give them those businesses so they could run. So this particular day I called Tonto. I said, hey, Tonto, what's up now? This is your Sapphire thing. I need to do it. She's like, Mr.
Exactly.
Joe. She said, Mr. Joe, I know you. I know you. That's how she calls me, Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, I know you. Anything you want to do, you always do it big. You always do it
Yeah.
big. So I'll just
Yeah.
introduce you
Man. Big man.
to.
Big thing.
She said, I'm going to introduce you to the owner so that two of you can talk.
Yeah.
And the moment we spoke, in 15, 20 minutes, myself and Wale just clicked. You were like, bro, I think you should run USA. I was just calling you to
Yeah. Just
actually
for that. Just
for
want
to
to
register like
enter.
10, 20 people, but all of a sudden, so we sprang into
Yeah.
action. I said, okay, I gave him terms and conditions to meet. He met it. I was like, this guy is serious. So we took it up, and
Exactly.
that's how we started running with Sapphire USA
So,
since then.
so,
It's
so
been awesome.
how did the whole link up with you and Linda and the whole Alibaba? How was the link up? Did you just know them from childhood or what?
No, no,
How
no,
did
no.
that?
So last year,
Okay.
I always tell people success is intentional. When you want to be
Okay.
successful, you have to make up your mind. It's very stupid when you wake up in the morning, you start praying, find that miracle money. As I'm praying like this, miracle money. When I go outside, let me see $1 million on the road. Who's going to drop $1 million on the road for and keep for you? It's just stupid prayers. When you
Yeah.
finish
Exactly.
praying, you go out there and you work. You put in the work. There's a place for grace. Don't get me wrong. There's a place for grace, but you have to put in something because zero multiplied by one is zero. Zero
Exactly.
multiplied by 100 is zero. You have to put in
Exactly.
something that God is going to bless.
True.
So,
True.
we in Africa, we always just think everything is just going to fall. No, you don't do that. So last year, I always tell people I made up my mind. I was making money, but I made up my mind that there's a certain level of money I wanted to start making. I was tired of the 20,000, the 10,000, and all
Okay.
this. I said anything
Yeah.
less than $50,000, I won't touch it as a
Okay.
business person.
All right.
So I decided, after I took that decision, I
All right.
decided to do what I always call corresponding action. you know.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
decided to go out and take some courses. I went to Grand Cardone University. I became
All
a
right.
part of that. Last year I actually took 5 courses. I became a
Okay.
I went to Grand Canyon University, did my marketing program there. I became a credit analyst last year. I became a certified life coach last year. I
Okay.
became a licensed real estate investor last year, and I became a
Oh,
certif and
congratulations.
I became a licensed broker
Yeah.
last
Okay.
year. So you have to take corresponding action. So why am I
Okay.
saying all this? So when I went for that, there's also a course I went for, a guy called JT Fox. So JT Fox is
Okay.
one of my mentors here. So I went for a course called branding.
Okay.
And it's funny because what people know as branding in Nigeria, in Africa, is not what branding is you know. So
Okay.
they
Can you
taught
explain
me.
to us?
So it's a whole course. I've taught it before on the platform. So branding is simply getting, somebody who is influential in a certain area you're trying to do, and have
Okay.
that person, um, kind of introduce you, or kind of, validate you.
Okay. Cool.
Validate you.
Yeah.
So, and one of the ways to get people to validate what you're doing in social media is tagging, commenting, and all that. So when I finished that
Okay.
course, I said I was going to practice. So one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to start, introducing one of my business, which was the funding business, to people who were serious minded. So I started tagging.
Okay.
I started tagging. Anytime I post, I would tag people like Alibaba and other people who I felt were serious minded people that I wanted to do business with. And
Okay.
before you know, one day Alibaba just liked liked my comment. You know,
Okay.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he liked my comment, and the next thing you know, he's chatting, he's commenting in your section, and before you know, he's chatting me in my inbox. Oh boy, how now? This is all the things we did do. How we take do business.
Mad.
And
Yeah.
before you know, one thing led to the other. And last year, he came in, visited my home with his
Yeah.
wife. He's a very he's a big brother.
Yeah.
He's a serious minded person, one of the most respectable person I know in Nigeria.
Wow.
Unfortunately, those are kind of people that are supposed to be in government, but he's not. But Alibaba is the man, you
Wow.
know. So we sat down, set up the business, and that's how I knew him. Just like everybody knew him, but it's just that I knew him through business.
Okay, okay, wow. So, your what's your advice to as a businessman right now? So, like, what's your you've gone through so many achievements in your life right now. So, like, what is your advice to people that are in economic crisis right now? The best way to make money at this period of Corona.
So the best way to make money right now is very simple. You've had
Okay,
6 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, shutdown. The question is, what have you done those 6 weeks?
that's the question.
Because
Okay,
all that you've done for the past 6 weeks is going to determine the kind of money you're going to make. Are you
okay,
sitting at home 6 weeks just to eat and just waste away time and get fat?
mm,
Or did you spend six
okay,
weeks to read, to prepare yourself, to equip yourself? You know, in the
that,
last 6 weeks or whatever weeks that we've been in quarantine, I've taken 2 courses.
okay. Wow.
I'm still reading books. I've already started for
Okay.
courses. I've been reading books. I've been having a lot of talk shows. I've been trying to equip myself, trying to get better. You know, I didn't look that, oh, this person is big. That one has
Mm,
10,000 followers, 1 million.
yeah,
Anybody that calls me, I go to their
yeah,
platform, I teach, because the more I keep doing this, the more I get better, you know?
exactly.
So if you have actually done all that for the 6 weeks, then you should be expecting something in the future. But if you've not done anything, this is the time to start. Because the truth of
Exactly.
the matter is, right before our eyes, everything has changed. Things are not going to be the way they used to be. People are going to
Exactly.
lose their jobs. People are going to lose. Tomorrow, I know tomorrow in Nigeria, in some countries, the country is going to be opened. When you go back there, don't be surprised. People will come back and they say you're fired.
I swear you can't tell. You can never tell.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? Because you just sat down, all you were doing was eating and just waiting for time. No, this was the
Exactly.
second chance we were looking for. So if you've done that, fine. Go out there and start taking action.
Exactly.
Because the only way to be successful is to take
Yeah.
massive action. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
True.
if you don't put in the work for the past 6 weeks, honestly, you're not going to reap much. But if you've done that, kudos to you. People
Okay.
come to my pages, they chat me up. I've been giving a lot of training. I've told people resource material. And I'm going to say it here. One of my mentors is Grant Cardone. He's giving his university program that I paid thousands of dollars for free. People have
Wow.
gone there and have downloaded books, downloaded
Oh,
materials, and
that,
we've been announcing. So if your goal was just to sit down and while away time, then I'm sorry.
So
But you know, if
what about those people? There are people that are actually using this period to be winning the giveaways and all that. There are people that are actually sitting down waiting for giveaways from celebrities and all that. What's your comments on that?
well, if for example, and that's two ways. During this period, there are people that had economic crisis. They had
Okay.
economic crisis. On
Yeah.
my own, for example, I supported a lot of people. You
Okay.
understand? I supported a lot of people, and the records are there. I did, but
Okay.
there's nothing wrong if you're going through problem or challenges and you ask for help. That is not what I'm talking about. But if that is your goal, that I'm going to wait for other people to help me
Mm.
after the crisis, what are you going to do? You know.
Exactly.
So the truth of the matter is, you have to be able to, take action, better yourself, and the
Yeah.
way forward is business. You know,
Yeah.
last year, December, just before my birthday, I spoke to a few people in my group, and I told it's on my page. If you go there all the way to last year December, and I
Okay.
was telling a lot of people, I said, hey, there are three things that are going to be making money this year. I said in 2020, I said number one is going to be online business. So
Mm.
if you're having money on your online business, you're good.
Mm.
Number two,
Okay.
I said another thing that's going to be giving money this year was real estate. Real
Okay.
estate business is it's good. Then number three, I said public speaking. I don't know when you
Okay.
started doing your program, but all of a sudden we all ended up becoming public speakers. But
Exactly.
get
It's
everybody's on social media right now. Everybody's online. So if you're
exactly
selling something online, if your business is online, if you're doing
this is
real
the best.
estate, you're not gonna lose that. This is the best time to do it. So you want to key into those things, and people are like, okay, you've told me online, what will I do? I tell people
Yeah.
it's very simple. For example, you go to a page called Alibaba Express in China.
Okay.
You create your own page or you create your own platform, you drop ship, you copy what they're doing, you put it on your page, you buy
Exactly.
something they're very cheap, they ship it to you for free, and you sell it in your country. It can be killed there, it can be
Yeah.
simple, even as simple as glass casing, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
whatever, you just got to do something. You cannot just sit down and be
Mm.
expecting things to fall on your lap. And if you have a little money, it's a good time to invest because the
Mm.
economy is facing down right now, is taking a sink. But the truth of the
Exactly.
matter is, when something hits the rock bottom, where else is it going to go? It's going to go up.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you so much for that
Yeah.
insightful thing. About people now that people are usually having issues doing what they plan. Now we have people that are always like, okay, they're gonna be procrastinating every single time. You have the plan down there. What do you do? How do you do it? Then you are just stuck there. What was your advice to that?
So, the truth of the matter is, I always tell people I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm a life coach.
Sure, sure.
And what I always let people know is there are 5 processes in every project you want to do. Number one, you have to come up with ideas.
Okay,
Ideas rule this world. The glasses I'm wearing, somebody saw the sun. He said, hey, this sun is too hot for the eyes. So they created glasses, right?
yeah,
The,
exactly.
the, the phone I'm using, the iPhone I'm using right now, somebody saw it and said, hey, we need to be talking from a
Mm.
far distance, and created it. So
True, true, true.
what ideas are you coming up with? So ideas rule the world. Ideas will continue to rule the world in a
Yeah,
million years until this world comes to an end. Ideas are going to
exactly.
keep ruling the world. So if you want to make money, you look for a problem and you solve them. So
True,
number
true.
one, you have to initiate ideas. You have to come up with plans. You have to initiate ideas that you feel are going to solve problems. Then number
Exactly.
two, you have to plan. People don't plan. You have to plan. What do you want to do? How are you going to do it? What demography do you want to cover? What locality? What geography? What kind of people? Age bracket? So many things. So you have to plan that. Then
Exactly.
directly to what you said in terms of procrastination, the moment you finish planning, what does you do? You execute. You have to execute your ideas.
Yeah,
That is where
yeah,
a
sure.
lot of people have problems. They plan and plan and plan and plan. You know,
Exactly.
they plan and plan and they never implement. So you have to implement those ideas. Then, number
Yeah,
four, you have to monitor those ideas that you're actually thinking, that you actually planned.
sure,
For
sure.
example, one of my business gives funding. And one of the
All
things we
right.
always tell the people that we give this funds is that don't take the money and go marry a second wife or go buy a car. If you plan
Exactly.
something and you say, this is what I need the money for, take the money and go do the things you say you're going to do, right? So
Yeah,
make sure that what you've planned, you're executing it. Then when you finish executing, you close. What does that mean? Put that processes, you implement that process, then number six, you go and repeat it again, and do it all over and over. So this is a circle of life, because every single thing about life is a project. From the day you are born to the day you are die is a project. From the day you start a
Exactly.
business to the day the business ends is a project.
Yeah.
Whatever processes you want to do is always, so pretty much, those who are procrastinating, you just have to take massive action, because the only way you can move your life forward is taking action. If you're not very good at taking action, you're not going to go anywhere.
True. Thank you so much for that. You told us that real estate business is what is popping right now, like one of the few things that are really
Mm,
popping this year. So people don't know how to actually invest properly. That's the problem actually, because
mm,
we have people that they just put their noses into businesses that they don't know nothing about. So like
mhm.
how does it work? How does the investment thing work?
So pretty much, I run an investment company, and what I tell people is, Jacob is one of my very good followers and my
I
friend.
Jacob, oh,
In
welcome.
he lives in
Yeah.
Wisconsin. He's a big time guy.
Oh,
He's in the police department here. So
oh,
investment. Nobody was born to be an investor. There is no title called an investor.
oh,
Funny enough, we all
yeah,
started practicing it. You know, you have to practice it,
yeah.
and it all depends on when we're growing up. For me, I
Okay.
always say it, and I say it. My parents were not rich people. My father was not rich. My mother was not rich. I didn't know any uncle that was close to me that was rich. They were all struggling people.
Yeah, yeah.
So the problem with a lot of people is a lot of people take financial advice from their parents who are like mine, poor parents,
Sure, sure.
you know, and that is one of the biggest problems we have in Africa, because our parents have this
Mindsets.
poor
Yeah,
mindset, and they
yeah.
tell you, oh, you have to save money, you have to do
Exactly.
this, you have to do
Yeah,
that, go to school. When you finish school, get married, give back to children, stay in your little corner, don't take any risk, and
yeah.
things like that. So we get scared to even invest our money. But the rich man will tell you that
Mm,
savings will not give you money. Rather,
exactly.
investing will give you money. So when it comes to investing, it's all about what level are you? What can you handle? I can
Exactly.
handle $500,000 investment at this stage. Somebody else might handle $100,000. Somebody else might handle 1,000. The truth is, you have to take action. You have to start investing into something, because if you save your money in the bank, I tell people, all you're going to be seeing there is a number. Okay,
Exactly.
look at what just happened recently. I saw on the news this morning the owner of Vodi, is it Vodi or Vudi?
Foldy.
Vodi
Yeah,
came online and was saying, oh, he put almost 100 million naira into a bank called Fortis Bank, and Fortis Bank has folded.
yeah, yeah.
But with this, I simply we've been shouting, invest your money. They'll go and put it in the bank.
Exactly.
They'll go and put it in the bank. Hmm?
People don't have that.
They'll go and put it in the bank. And you keep telling them, these banks are using your money to trade. These banks are using your money to
Yeah,
invest.
yeah, yeah. Best. Yeah, that's
So
very,
instead of
very
me
true.
allowing the bank to, and when they finish investing, they will not give you anything.
Nothing. No.
You are just seeing
What
your
you're
number. It's
yeah,
what
just
is there,
yeah,
you will there. So why don't
yeah,
you use your own money and invest it? Why don't you take the risk for yourself? If you lose the money, you know you lost the money yourself. So in terms of
yeah.
investment, for me, I don't invest in anything. I don't invest in shares. I don't invest in oil wells. I only invest in real estate.
Wow. Okay. Why don't you invest in shares and all that?
I don't invest in shares because right now, look at the stock exchange. The stock exchange has
Yeah,
crashed. You can imagine
very
if I had investors who gave me $100 million and I invested it in shares. By now, I will not be sleeping. Look how fresh I am looking. I will not be looking this fresh because I will be filled with stress,
true.
calls, your money is
Yeah,
missing. But when you
yeah,
invest in real estate,
exactly.
your property is always there.
True.
You can rent it out, you can pull equity from it, you can pass it to your children, you can do so many
Exactly.
things with real estate. So I only invest in real estate, and that's what the only thing I know how to invest, and that's the training that I went for. So I invest in
Well,
real estate
mm,
heavily. I invest in real estate heavily. I have rental properties. People pay me my
okay.
rent tomorrow morning. Now once I wake up in the morning is a lot. 9 o'clock my time, a lot. People are paying my rent because
Wonderful.
it's already the beginning of the month. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah,
know.
that's true.
So
That's
it all depends. So I don't invest in that because I don't invest in share because the risks are usually high. When it falls down, you're going to fall
yeah,
down with it. But real estate is there. All you need to do,
constant.
like in America, even
Mm.
that, even I want to say, even in America, there are places that are natural disasters, but you still have insurance. Insurance is
Like,
still going to pay
very
if something goes wrong, and
that's
real
true.
estate is always there. All
Yeah,
my all my mentors tell me, Joe, invest in real estate. In real estate, nobody, all the rich guys, even the president of America, Trump
it's really
Towers, is that not real estate? So
yeah,
all the
it
rich
is.
people
It is.
that
Mm.
I know I invest in real estate. Why should I go and do another thing? So I invest in real estate.
True, true, true. That's very,
I,
very, very,
that doesn't mean I
very
don't invest in other things. Like for example, Sapphire brand. I invest in it because that's a retail.
okay.
That's my investment that gives me day to day money.
All right, okay.
Just today, I have people who sign up, people who buy product. I
Yeah,
ship product and things. But the long time to get the big mega box, I invest more in real estate.
exactly.
There are certain most of the time you buy a real estate in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, the price has gone up.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But if you buy like a car, you buy a car before you drive the car out of the lot and
Mm.
bring it back, it's not the same price again.
Exactly. That's
So
true.
real
That's
estate
very true.
is what this is real estate I invest a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So my next this leads me to my next question. Yeah.
Okay.
People. What about people that do not have money? They want to start with zero amount. How do they start off? How do you start?
So the truth of the
Eh,
matter is there is nobody that doesn't have anything.
okay.
You have to
But
start
let's.
you have to
Okay.
start with what you have from where you are.
Okay.
For example, this
True.
morning I just sponsored 10 business owners. I just sponsored 10
Wow.
business people with Sapphire to give them businesses. The first
Wow.
thing you have to do is make up your mind.
Okay.
The first thing you have to do is make up your mind. The moment you make up your mind, the universe
Okay.
has a way of responding to your needs.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
the truth. The moment you make up your mind, the reason why a lot of people struggle is they've not made up your mind. If you make up your mind and
Yeah.
you are focused, see, as I'm sitting, I am wearing these glasses. If you make up your mind that you want these glasses
Yeah.
and you are focused on it, these glasses will come from this phone and come to your eyes.
I'm focusing right now.
You're not focusing. You've not made up your mind yet. Has it not happened to you before? Like
Yeah.
you wanted to travel,
Exactly.
but you don't have the money. You,
Something
I'm
will just
coming. You don't
happen.
have the money, but you start packing your bags. That place I am going.
Okay. Yeah. 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 That's true.
I am going. Before you know, you make one, two, three
Uh,
phone calls, and boom,
yeah.
the money
You're
shows up.
already
Has it not
going.
happened to you before? It has happened. One uncle will
I
give you
don't.
the
Yeah.
money, and so on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make up your
It
mind.
usually
If you
happens.
make up your mind
Mm.
that you really want to do this, you will get it done.
Sure. Sure.
It's all
Thank you
about
so much
focus.
for
Yeah.
coming in today. Yeah, thank you so much. We need for us as a brand, this Amebo Extra with Jollof Boy. This is our second season. We'll be doing this for a while now, for over a
Okay.
month now. So how can you help us as a brand now to grow?
Okay.
What is
Now
your
that I
advice to
know,
us?
so I don't know much about your brand, but like I said, the last few weeks I've had over like 20, 30 interviews. But I didn't want to be selective, I
Oh,
didn't want
okay.
to be selective. I don't care if your brand was small or big. I just wanted to give my support because this time everybody needs somebody that they want to talk to. I don't know the people that are following you. Maybe what I
Sure.
just drop here today might inspire somebody to greatness. You never know. But if I
True.
just I don't go to check people's pages. I don't do that. If
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
comes to my page and I see you're a little bit organized and you talk the way you approach me, you talk to me and say, hey, I want you to support, I do
yeah,
it. I never went to your page since I started. In fact, just now I started
yeah.
following you. I've never been to your page. So what I will just tell you is whatever you're doing, Do it
Yeah.
right, stay focused, start small but think big. It's free to think big. It's free to think. Nobody's going to arrest
Yeah.
you. You can wake up this morning and
Yeah.
say, you know what, in the next 1 year I have $1 billion. Nobody is coming to arrest you that why did you say you have $1 billion?
Yeah. True.
Right?
True.
But the truth of the
True.
matter is
Thank you so much.
what
Yes,
it
that's
takes
true.
to what it takes to think small is the same effort it takes to think big. I rather think big. Okay, so
Mm.
whatever you're doing, don't
Yeah.
stop, keep
That.
pushing, keep reaching out, keep doing what you're doing. It might look small now, but the truth is you're building momentum. It's like when you use a hammer
True.
to hit a rock. You keep hitting the rock and keep hitting the rock, you will not see any
Yeah.
sign that the rock is breaking. You know why? That is because the
Indeed.
rock doesn't break from the outside, it
Yes.
breaks from the inside.
From the
And
inside.
one day, boom.
Yeah. True.
Look at
True.
this guy
True.
called Ahoin, Mr. Macaroni. How many people knew Macaroni?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the guy was doing what he was doing what he was
I
doing. I'm sure he has failed
no,
so many acts
yeah.
so many times. He kept on doing.
Yeah.
Now
He kept on doing.
he was featured on ABC, one ABC studio. He has been featured on so many television
Yeah.
stations. Everybody now is, "Oh, you're doing well. You're doing well."
Yes.
Nobody knew that guy. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody
but you
knew.
just keep doing and keep doing, keep doing. Look at Facebook. Before Facebook, did we know
Exactly.
Mark? But do you know Mark? Mark is not the only. Facebook is not the first business that Mark Zuckerberg did. He probably have done so many
Mm.
businesses that didn't work out, but he never stopped. He kept on doing what he was doing,
Mm.
and now everybody knows him. So
Yeah.
your turn will come. Just keep
True.
doing it.
True.
Keep reaching out. Have the right attitude. Have the right mindset. Keep doing what you're doing. Be
Yeah.
consistent, and one day your turn will come. Everybody has their own turn, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. You have gingered me. The ginger has entered. Yeah.
I'm
The
glad I
ginger
did that.
is immersed.
Yeah, and don't let
So do you have
anybody,
any last?
don't let anybody. Let me, if I may add, don't let anybody talk you small and say, "Oh, this thing you're doing is not going to work." Don't let anybody put you down. Just stay focused. Only listen to people who are going to motivate you to greatness. Only listen to people who are going to, tell you you can do it. You have to be conscious about the kind of people in your circle. If people are negative, kick them out. I don't care who they are. Your wife, your mama, your papa, block them. Because if you don't make it in life, by the
Yeah.
time you are 60, those same people will come back and ask you, all your mates made it. Why didn't you make it? But they
Well,
will not remember that they weren't selling you negativity.
exactly. Exactly.
So right
Thank you
now, I'm
so
in a
much.
place where I don't allow any form of negativity to come near me. I
Mm,
stay in my positive circle because I know what I want.
mm, true. True.
Yeah.
True.
So it doesn't
You said
matter.
well.
Yeah.
Mm, thank you so much. Thank
So
you so much.
that's it.
You've been a joy to the whole program today. Do you have any last words for the viewers? Any last
Well,
words that you want
I
to?
want you to know that your best days are always ahead of you and never behind. So you may have
Mm,
fallen so many times, you may have made a lot of mistakes, but you always have to understand that your best days are ahead of you. Nobody can take what is
thank.
in front of you. So if you make up your
Yeah.
mind that starting from this moment, you want to hold
Yeah.
yourself accountable, you want to be great, you will definitely be great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Black Mentor. Before you go, we usually do a little giveaway for our viewers. Like we usually
Okay.
pick 5 random people we're
Okay.
gonna give away, so that to encourage them wherever they are during the whole crisis and all. That's what we do to support to give back to the community
Okay.
basically. So all we do, our guests will usually pick 5 random people from the
Okay.
comments who's gonna who's gonna win the giveaways for today, and we do this every
Okay.
single day, every time. But if you want to encourage us by sponsoring one of the giveaways, we won't we won't reject it.
Okay, no
So let's
problem.
let's 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 do today's giveaway. Okay. Just pick any
So
random person.
how do I do
Yeah.
this? How do I do this? I'm gonna ask
Just
questions.
random.
I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask
Okay.
questions, and whoever answers the questions right,
Oh,
I'm gonna give.
okay.
And to support, let me see. I'm gonna give 50,000 to 5 people, so that's 50,000 there.
Wow. So
Okay,
wow.
okay. So 5 people, 10,000 each. My number one question
Wow.
is, I just said it.
Okay.
Give me two names of my businesses here.
Okay. Okay, two names of his businesses, you guys. Drop them. Drop them out. Let's see.
I'm still waiting. I've not seen anything. No.
Where yeah, yeah, we're waiting too. I'm actually waiting. I'm actually anxious to see who gets it.
Sapphire USA and real estate is not an answer. Real estate is not a business. I mentioned all of them. Sapphire USA is correct. Nantomas Capital
This
and Sapphire USA. Somebody got it. GIA underscore
okay.
GIAPET.
Yeah,
Underscore
I saw.
GIAPET. That's the first. Oh, no. Hold on 1 second. That person is not qualified. That person is in the United States. So let's forget that person. That person is not going to win. That person is in America. So forget that one.
Oh,
I want people in Africa, okay? So I'm going to look at
okay.
another one. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
Investors
All
Capital
right,
and
all right.
Black Mentor. Black Mentor is not a